Hello and welcome to another one in the series of my top 10 least used stations in Warwickshire. And today I'm at the currently least used station in Warwickshire, and that's Polesworth. The station is situated on the Trent Valley Line between Tamworth and Atherstone. Polesworth has had a very varied past and now doesn't look a bit like the station in its heyday. Opened in 1847 by the London and North Western Railway, it had a double track from the start, and this very impressive main building housed a booking hall, plus toilets and a waiting room. This map shows how the station also had a very extensive goods yard, and this also shows the quadrupling of the line which happened at the start of the 20th century. Almost every kind of freight was handled here, including livestock, coal, glass and minerals. An Ordnance Survey map of 1884 shows this complex station even without the quadrupling in place. The platforms were spanned by a bridge and a signal box was placed between the four running lines. This mid position was also going to be an island platform at one point, but this never materialised. The village never really expanded, and like most other stations, the goods facilities were lost in the 1960s and 70s, with the signal box closing in 1990. The main station building itself also no longer exists, and I have no other information, so if you know any more, please put it in the comments below. A station a little further away has been planned, called Polesworth Parkway. However, at the time of filming in 2024, this seems to have been still put on the back burner. However, this current station does still have some interest, as I will show now. Okay then, Polesworth as it is now, and first thing to note is there are still 4 tracks in operation here, as you can see, as you probably have seen earlier on in this video. Lots of infrastructure, overhead lines, evidence of old bridge work, but a quite modern platform here. Looks like an older style platform there, but the modern platform here, and obviously because of the fast pacing of the line, the yellow line is quite a way back from the platform. Great sight lines up and down the line, that's the first thing I'm going to say, and trains do travel along here at speed. Not much to say about the station now really. There's just this single platform and it's not very well served at all, but it does serve a small range of trains for the community. I'll talk about those in a little while. It's actually one of those stations you've got to keep your wits about you, because all of a sudden something can creep up behind you and pass you at some speed, so best to keep your wits about you. As you can see, there is the old platform still in place over there, and it still does have lighting infrastructure, and indeed you can just see that over there. That's an old waiting shelter that is still in situ, a lot overgrown obviously now, but that was Polesworth Second's waiting area. And as you can see, it's very nice over that side, looks out over onto the fields quite nicely on a sunny day like this. A very pleasant station to be at, and obviously not very busy. Looking down here by the side of the platform, there's some old flagstones there, presumably part of the old platform structure. As we move along, I see a help point, and this base structure here, which I assume probably had a waiting shelter on it. Now whether it's been vandalised and taken away, or a decision was made that it was no longer needed because of the amount of passengers that are on this station, I won't know. But obviously there's a base there for it. An onward travel information board. And there is the gate out into the very small car park. There's a few little pieces of information stating that you buy the ticket from the ticket machine, which I've actually not found at the moment. I might find it in a minute, but I can't see one here at the moment, so If none of the options are available, it says buy from the conductor on the train. I think that's what you're going to have to do from here, because I cannot see a ticketing machine anywhere. The most lovely thing about this station, though, is it has got some of the old infrastructure still there. The old platform hasn't been removed, which in a way I'm quite surprised about, but I suppose if it's not doing any harm to the loading gauge of the train going through, there's no need really to get rid of it, apart from if it falls into disrepair. And it's actually not a bad location for videography and photography. The station itself doesn't look very busy, and if there's a special coming through, or you just want to photograph trains at speed, it's not a bad train station to come to, or railway station to come to, sorry, because of that. All in all, you can see why it's got its moniker of the least used station, but I'm quite impressed. There's a lot of sight lines and a lot of good to be had at this station for the railway enthusiast. What is quite interesting here at Polesworth is that there's no actual signs saying it's Polesworth on the outside of the station, so you're just relying on your sat-nav to tell you that it is Polesworth. Information board there, with changes to train times, and these are indeed the train times from Polesworth on Mondays to Saturdays, nothing on Sundays. As you can see, an extremely sparse set of numbers there. There's also an Amazon pickup point, and we are in the bottom end of an industrial estate with a very small-ish car park. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a car park. And the main reason I'd like to be here is obviously the sight lines. There's an immense amount of traffic coming up and down the West Coast Main Line, and that includes some freight, which I'm going to include now. The statistics for Polesworth are that it opened in 1847. It currently, at time of filming, only has one train a day, Monday to Saturday, and this train only goes to Crewe with no return service. And the entry and exit figures for 2022-2023 were 188. You can really see why Polesworth is the least used station in Warwickshire, at least at time of filming. But there is a lot to be said about this little tiny station, and that is mainly for the enthusiast, because you've got 4 running lines here, and all of them are being used multiple times an hour. So photography and videography here is absolutely fantastic, and on a day like today, you should get some very good shots. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe. And if you can, get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. Thanks very much for watching.